So let's talk about healthcare before we run out of time. That's what you're here to talk about. You're pushing this bill for Medicare for all. Why now? What's the reason to go for it now? How much support do you think you have? And can you change Joe Biden's mind on this? This is a man who said during the campaign, not only that it would cost too much, that he wasn't a fan, but even if it got through Congress to his desk, he said he wouldn't sign it.
Well, I'm an organizer. 10 years ago, there were people who thought we were radical and crazy for proposing a $15 minimum wage. And here we are working on passing a $15 minimum wage. We already passed it through the House. It's a question of getting it through the Senate. But we have the White House's commitment for that. That is the same thing on Medicare for all in my mind. We know that our healthcare system has been broken long before COVID hit. 87 million Americans uninsured or underinsured. But when COVID hit, we saw the cruelty of this healthcare system in broad daylight. 27 million people lost their healthcare because they lost their job. And we have continued to see disproportionately people of color, Black, brown, indigenous, poor folks who are disproportionately burdened. Public Citizen just put out a report that said that 40% of COVID infections were tied to people who didn't have health care, didn't have health insurance. 30% of deaths were of people who didn't have health insurance. This is directly tied. So we introduced Medicare for All yesterday. Mehdi, I am so proud to say we have over half of the Democratic caucus on the bill as original co-signers, just coming out of the gate. We have 14 committee chairs who have co-sponsored. We have 5 of the 6 committees of jurisdictions, the chairs of those committees. We have commitments already to have hearings in both energy and commerce and small business. And the movement across the country is so big and growing because people see that.
You think Joe Biden will shift at some point in his presidency on this issue?
I really believe that this is a popular issue, and the polls have stayed high, and we've got to do the work. I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but we've got to do the work, and we are, to continue to build the movement. And yes, I think that we can get everybody on board for Medicare for All because it's the right thing to do. It saves money for the country, and it is necessary.